So, this is the Unit 7 review, Part 2. We left off with question 15. Number 16. What are the attributes of a perpendicular bisector? Well, if we were to draw a picture, this is what it would look like, not to scale by any means. Does it go through a vertex? No, it does not. Is it perpendicular to a side? Yes, it creates a 90-degree angle. Does it bisect a side? Yes, these two sides are congruent. Does it bisect an angle? Well, it doesn't even go through one, so no, it does not. Number 17. What are the attributes of an altitude? Again, if we draw an altitude, this is what it looks like in number, 12, we have an altitude. So, does it go through the vertex? Yes. Is it perpendicular to a side? Yes. Does it bisect a side? No. Does it bisect an angle? No. What are the attributes of a median? Draw another triangle. Here we have a median. Does it go through a vertex? Yes. Is it perpendicular to a side? No. Does it bisect a side? Yes. Does it bisect an angle? No. Number 19. What are the attributes of an angle bisector? Draw another one. Again, you can reference the previous questions to see a different drawing. Does it go through a vertex? Yes. Is it perpendicular to a side? No. Does it bisect a side? No. Does it bisect an angle? Yes, that's what its name is. So those are the attributes of an angle bisector. Alright, number 20. BH is an altitude. If HBC is 35 degrees, first of all, H to B to C, the angle is always in the corner, right there. HBC is 35 degrees. What is the measurement of angle C? Right here, this is what we're looking for. Well, if we know that BH is an altitude, we know that altitudes are perpendicular to the opposite side. Therefore, this angle has to be 90 degrees. We know that HBC is 35 degrees. What's the measurement of angle C? Well, we have a triangle. We know that the interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So we just take 180 minus 90 minus 35. And the measure of angle C equals 55 degrees. 21. Angle B equals 2x plus 10. Angle BAD right here is 6x. We need to find the value of x. Well, the triangle also, or the image also gives us this angle is 90 degrees. So now I have the three interior angles of my triangle, and I can set up an equation to be able to solve for x. Scroll that. So I know that 2x plus 10 plus 6x plus this 90 degrees equals 180 degrees, and now I solve for x. Combine like terms. 8x 10 plus 90 plus 100 equals 180. Subtract 100 from both sides. 8x equals 80. Divide both sides by 8, and x equals 10. Alright, 22. Angle 1 is 4x minus 10. Angle 2 is 8x plus 50. What is the value of x? Well, we need to set up an equation, and as the image tells us, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, Therefore, I can just set them equal to each other. 4x minus 10 equals 8x plus 50. And now I solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 4x from this side. I have negative 10 equals 4x plus 50. Subtract 50 from both sides. Negative 60 equals 4x. Divide both sides by 4, and I get negative 15 equals x. It's totally fine to have a negative answer. Number 23. What is the value of x? Well, we're given this. I see that we have an altitude and actually a median because these two are congruent. If I know that these two sides are congruent, it gives me the measurement. Just like the previous problem, I can set them equal to each other and solve for x. 7x plus 10 equals 9x minus 2. Solve for x. I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. 10 equals 2x minus 2. Add 2 to both sides. 12 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2. 6 equals x. 24. Angle x is 65 degrees. Angle 1 is 40 degrees. We need to find the measurement of angle WYX, which is right here. It's always in the corner. So if angle 1 is 40 degrees, I also know that this angle right here, angle YWX, is 40 degrees because it says they're congruent. Now I have that I have two of my interior angles of this triangle, so I just solve for the third one by subtracting those two from 180. And I get 75 degrees is the measurement of angle WYX. 25. BU is a median. What do medians tell us? I know that it goes to the vertex and it bisects a side. So this segment is going to be congruent to that segment. It says that angle A right here is 40 degrees. We need to find the measurement of angle CUB, angle CUB, right here, and CU. Well, CU is very straightforward because it says that CZ is 8, and I know that CU is just half of 8 because it's a median, therefore it cuts in half. So CU has to equal 4. Now for angle CUB, angle CUB, right here it says that this angle is 90 degrees. Angle A is 40 degrees, therefore this angle, angle CBU, also has to be 40 degrees because these two angles are congruent. Now I have two of the three angles and I just take those away from 180. And I get the measurement of angle CUB equals 50 degrees. So right here, and right here. Alright, BD is an altitude. What do altitudes tell us? It goes through the vertex and it's perpendicular to a side, so it creates a 90-degree angle. Angle ADB, right here, is 5x minus 15. 5x minus 15. We need to find the value of x. Well, BD is an altitude, therefore we know that this corner is 90 degrees, just like this corner, and we can say that 90 equals 5x minus 15. And now we solve for x. add 15 to both sides. 105 equals 5x. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals 21. Next, what is the value of x, number 27? Well, I see that these two sides are congruent, so therefore I know that this is an isosceles triangle, and I can remember from before that the base angles of isosceles triangles are congruent, so if this is x plus 10, this is also x plus 10. I now have all three interior angles, and I know that the sum of those three things equals 180, so I can write my equation x plus 10 plus x plus 10 plus 3x equals 180. Now I combine like terms. I get 1x plus 1x plus 3x, 5x plus 20 equals 180. Subtract 20 from both sides. Bring it over here. Bring it up here. 5x equals 160. Divide both sides by 5. X 32. 28. BC right here is 7.5. Find the length of AC. So I want to find the length from here to here. Well, if I look at this triangle, I see two congruent sides, which means that this is an isosceles triangle. And I see that I have an altitude right here because it goes through the vertex and creates a 90 degrees. Well, I know in isosceles triangles, altitudes and medians are the same thing. So if this is also a median, then I know that these two sides are congruent. Therefore, if this is 7.5, this also has to be 7.5. So in order to find AC, all it is 7.5 plus 7.5, and it equals 15. XQ is the altitude. Altitude, what do they tell us? They go through the vertex and they create a 90-degree angle of triangle XYZ. Angle Z is 40 degrees. Find the measurement of angle QXZ right here. Well, I already have two of the three interior angles, so all I have to do is subtract those from 180 and I get the measurement of our missing angle. 180 minus 90 minus 40, and I get the measurement of angle QXZ equals 50 degrees.